Ant-Man 3 trailer is out, and we just watched it, and I thought it was not very good. You know, I guess I don't have any like real complaints about this other than, I mean, I just can't help but be honest. I mean, it just kind of hit me with like, okay, this movie's coming, you know? I mean, and nothing stood out to me. Nothing felt like, whoa, look, there's this, or, you know, nothing. I guess in a world where we always expect some sort of cameo, right? Like maybe, a cameo that's not Bill Murray. That was probably the most surprising part of the trailer, that they decided to put Bill Murray in it with all the controversy going on. But yeah, it just didn't do a lot for me, guys, to be honest with you. It starts, actually how it starts, I really like it a lot. It starts with Paul Rudd kind of reminiscing, you know, how it all started and all this.
Spider-Man.
Right, yeah, love all that. And then it gets into, you know, a Marvel movie or a comic book movie, it feels like. Again, hate using that fatigue kind of thing, but it kind of felt like that. It kind of just felt cookie cutter, to be honest with you. I love Paul Rudd. I will go see this movie. I'm going to go see this movie. I'm sure this movie will be good. Like me and you were talking about, Shane, Ant-Man 2, to me, it wasn't a bad movie, but I've watched it once and I would probably never watch it again. I mean, it's just not good. It's not, there's nothing that, you know, it's exactly how Black Adam is, only with no badass moments, right? Black Adam's just like that, only there's like so many like badass moments that you're like, oh, this is so cool. Where Ant-Man 2, you know, they want to give you that, you know, like there's that shot where he throws out like a Pez dispenser and they turn it into a, you know, a giant one and it blocks the road, and like that's cool and stuff, but I don't know. It just didn't do much for me. That being said, the original Ant-Man, I was just telling Shane when I first watched it, I remember loving it. Just again, me and my wife love Paul Rudd. Who doesn't love Paul Rudd so much? We all love Paul Rudd so much. He's clearly a vampire. But yeah, but then when I came back to that original Ant-Man, I remember thinking, yeah, you know, this is so generic to me. And I kind of feel like that's how this felt to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, it just felt a little bit like that. Also, I've been really excited to see Jonathan Majors actually play, you know, the Conqueror version of Kang. And we got a little bit of that in here. Again, I mean, it just didn't do much. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know. It was kind of meh for me, the whole thing. I wanted to love it. I like the idea. There was a couple, like, of those little worlds we seen, like the micro worlds. And I was telling you, Shane, I wanted to see like some Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type stuff where, you know, like ants were trying to attack over something. I don't know what I wanted. But as you brought up, the writers of Rick and Morty wrote this, and you could definitely feel that in the quantum realm when they're in there. You can see that there's like these worlds they built that look very vibrant and colorful, or just very different. You're just not sure what we're even seeing, you know. But it is the quantum realm. Probably there's probably lots of places like that in there. Again, nothing really stood out to me in the trailer. The point where it all like starts sucking them in to the quantum realm is when I really started to disconnect with it, is because I remember thinking, what? Like, so Cassie's already built this box. She's already had it turned on. But now that I'm showing you guys, it just so happens to blow up and suck us in, whatever. I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe they explain it in a different way in the movie, but it just kind of felt like, really? Like, okay. And then, like I was telling Shane, they all get sucked in without suits, and they would die immediately as soon as they got there. But then we cut to the quantum realm, we're all in suits. Again, I don't know how this works, but we'll see, I'm sure, when the movie actually comes out. Shane, you've had a chance to check this out, and I can say this without joking and complete confidence. Shane, you have seen Ant-Man 1 and Ant-Man 2.
I can't believe it.
Right? I mean, either, man. I mean, this is
It's probably because I like Ant-Man 1 and Paul Rudd. That's why I saw it. It was one of the few Marvel movies I've seen and own. I actually have that on Blu-ray. And I remember kind of being excited when the second one came out, and I remember just having so much difficulty getting through it. I just did not enjoy it. But, you know, based on this trailer, the stuff that I think is really cool is, like you said, this quantum world that they built, you know, the society and all the ideas. And I think that can be really interesting and something that they haven't done, even though they're in the quantum realm a little bit in the first two movies. We don't get to explore the different races or the people. And I really feel like that is a gold mine. I mean, that's what drew me into the original Star Wars, was Mos Eisley, you know, the cantina scenes, all the different races, and, you know, what world are they going to show up to next? And so having a Rick and Morty writer, you know, developing these ideas, that has good possibilities.
It's funny how every world, though, was that way. Like, if it was a jungle world, whole world.
Oh yeah, right.
If it was ice world, whole world. Yeah, right. Desert world, whole world.
It's like a video game, right? You know, you reached ice level. Right. You know, now you got ice level going on. You know, the thing that I won't see this in the theater, you know, unless, you know, Key drags me out to it, but it sounds like he's probably not going to see it in the theater. But I will probably watch this movie because of Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
You know, we'll see how I like it. But the things that are going against this movie for me is stuff that has nothing to do with this movie itself. It's just the other movies. And the problem is sometimes when you have what I thought was a good movie with Ant-Man, had a really nice wrap up. You know, he gets his family right back. He's got his wife and child now. I guess it's ex-wife still, but he gets a girl, or maybe, I don't remember. But he's got his family back.
Yeah.
And so now we start the second movie and say, okay, well, you know, his life's good. What do we? Oh, Michael Douglas now. We got to get his wife together.
Right.
So now we get that. So everyone's got a happy family. So now we start with this third movie, and it's like, yeah, it's this happy family. Why are we going on adventures? You know, it's turned into Jumanji, right?
Right.
And so then, you know, the stuff you talk about, you know, that this gal builds a machine that sucks them into the quantum world. Why that doesn't work for you is because it's absolutely forced.
Right.
Why do we have another
We needed
adventure?
a way.
Well, because it's popular, and so we got this clear MacGuffin.
See, now that being said, you know, we often talk about, you know, being really honest to the characters, how Batman is a detective, right? And we never really see that the way we did, like in the Batman. And that's what I wanted to see with this, right? Because Scott Lang is he's a heist guy, right? He steals shit, you know?
That's what drew us into the first one.
And my thought was, Kang, what brings him in is Kang's like, hey, I need the best fucking,
it's like the Italian Job.
Yeah,
and he recruits a bunch
I need
of
the best heist guy.
Now that would be cool, and it's not just him. It's kind of like a Suicide Squad, but a heist job.
So we got to bring in, but Ant-Man's leading it because
it's his movie,
right? And he is like, you know, again, his big power was, you know, he stole the Ant-Man suit,
and he's got the charisma to recruit people. It's almost becomes like an Ocean's 11
for sure, right? But the way they get there is Kang realizes, hey, I need something stolen from someone, and the only person that can do it is this guy.
And then he kidnaps his daughter or something to make the stakes higher.
Come on. How great is that?
Listen to us. Man. Marvel, we hope you're watching because we got the ideas here.
Right, for sure. And it would also honor the character and make sense, right?
Absolutely.
Now it makes sense why we're in the quantum realm
like
and we're seeing Kang.
You know,
now it's just going to be a coincidence, right? Well, we were there. Oh, you guys happen to be heist people? Well, I need some shit stolen. Like, come on.
And to me, that was the major appeal to the first film. You know, it was these criminals.
Yes, it was
doing.
It was a heist movie, right?
Yes.
It felt like a Marvel movie mixed with this bank robbing movie.
You know, when you have like, oh, it's Captain America. Of course, he had no other choice but to be Captain America. Oh, it's Thor. Well, of course it's Thor because that's who he is.
Right.
But you know, someone like an Ant-Man, it's like, well, he's not supposed to be a superhero.
Right.
That's why it made it work.
He's just a dude.
Yeah, he's just a dude.
In fact, he's not even a good dude. He's a thief.
And now you've made it to where, he is just a normal, regular superhero. He's out to do good, and now he's saving the quantum world.
Right. And I think there's some good, brilliance to that, to think that, all these other heroes, and even, probably the people that live in that world kind of view Ant-Man as like a lesser.
A joke.
But the fact is he's actually out there saving the world, I think that's cool. But again, I think you got to find a more organic way to do it than, my daughter just made a box and somehow that connects to the quantum realm and then now it's going to suck us all inside of it. I mean, that sounds like something literally a kid would have. Well, how do they get to the quantum realm? Well, maybe there's just like a box someone builds that sucks them in.
Right.
Like,
get off my back.
Right. But yeah, I would have liked to see that, and I hope that this movie does touch a little bit more on that. Maybe we do find out, however it happens, whether it's shitty or not. But maybe we find out that Kang does want to use Scott Lang to steal something for him. And I think that would be great. I think getting back to that heist feel that the first one had is really cool. Because, that's when I think Marvel does really good, is when they make these, like, genre films, right? It's not just a cookie cutter film, but, this one's horror, or this one's sci-fi, or this one's the Italian Job. Like that could be cool if done right. Or like The Winter Soldier was kind of like a political satire, right? So if you do stuff like that, I think it will it could be good. So hopefully they do lean a little bit more on the idea that he's a bank robber or a heist guy or whatever you want to call it, and we get to see a little bit more of that. But yeah, that being said, guys, let us know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about the trailer. Were you excited? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you more excited for Ant-Man 3? Less excited? I was so unexcited. I thought there was already a third movie, apparently. So I just moved, right on Ant-Man 4. Yeah. So, but yeah, let us know down in the comment section below, guys, what you guys' thoughts are on the trailer.